was stood in front of Juan Elcano's box, ran some good races last year, not disgracing, finishing third in Adante, fourth in the Hampton Court, and ran well over an inadequate trip at Doncaster.
Yeah, I was just a little bit disappointed at Doncaster. I just thought he just sort of flattened out, and then it seemed to then just stay on again. So we just sort of investigated his wind, and we felt there was a little bit of a problem there, and we've given him a little wind operation, and so hopefully that's going to bring out the best in him, and he's ready to start off now again as soon as we get some nice ground, and probably over 10 furlongs.
I was going to say, moving forward, probably stepping back up to 10 from the mile, would you?
Yeah, for sure. But he's in great order.
Wonderful. A couple of other horses to mention. Bielsa, who's run well last season and then ran really well at York the other day, just got squeezed up in the last 100 yards.
Yeah, probably unlucky not to be third. They went very hard in that race, and he travelled very strongly. Quickened up, looked like he was going to go and win, and possibly he just might come on for the run again. So, but his first 2 runs this year have been very encouraging, so hopefully we're on the right track with him.
And presumably you'll be aiming him at all the big 6 furlong sprints?
Yeah, the Wokingham will be the one, if we can try and get him into that. I would imagine we'll have to win before it to get him in it, but that'll be one of the main ones for him. And
one of these, obviously the stable stars, Brando, who's had a busy start to the season this year. Didn't run too badly in the Clipper Logistic at the Duke of York at York.
He looked like he was going to run a big race, and he burst a blood vessel. Now, it's not unusual for him. He generally does it once a year, and you always hope he does it at home, but unfortunately this time he's done it in a race. So let's say we'll same route with him, July Cup, and if he keeps giving us the signs he's still enjoying it, we'll keep going, and very much you go to write him off and say he's had enough, he'll go and get beaten nose in the Group 1, so, but he still loves his work, and but we won't abuse him. As soon as any vibes were told that he's not enjoying it anymore, he'll be finished.
Fantastic. Emiratiana, 7th in the Duke of York, only beaten sort of around about 5 lengths, and showed loads of pace back at that trip.
Yeah, he didn't like sort of softish ground as a 2-year-old, and I just thought he's a bit older, we better try it again. His 3 runs coming into the race have been very, very good. I think he's just a better horse than real top of the ground, but look, we're very happy with the way he started this year, and hopefully going forward he can pick up a nice race.
And in terms of plans, would he be potentially a Royal Ascot horse?
Well, he's in there, so we've got the option to go there.
Great stuff. Glass Slippers, who's been a tremendous horse for the yard, obviously winning the Prix de l'Abbé, Breeders' Cup Sprint Turf, not running in the Temple Stakes, but plans further ahead.
Yeah, look, we sort of missed a piece of work with her. She just backed off her food for a few days, which is unusual for her. She sort of missed a piece of work at a vital time, and then the way the weather is at the moment and the ground, and we just felt, that we should wait and just go straight to Ascot with her. We ran on real testing ground at Newbury, I think it was as a 3-year-old, and she ran no race at all. So I thought we better not, if the ground comes up very, very soft, I hate her. And as well as that, trying to put a piece of work in when it wasn't planned is not ideal. So long season, with her, she's just improves as the year goes on anyway. So we'll start off with Royal Ascot with her. But she's got stronger again, and she had been working very, very well. So we'll look forward to the rest of the year with her.
Wonderful. One horse that does love soft ground is Last Empire, really consistent performer. Finished second on his last 3 starts, including a listed race. Must be excited about it.
Yeah, she's always been a filly that we've liked, and typical pivotal, wants the real soft ground. I thought she ran a great race at Nottingham, just drawn out in the limb, and probably didn't help her, giving weight away as well. And she's come back in this year looking bigger and stronger, and I think this could be her year now that she could really progress and take big strides forward.
And one horse who, with my Sky Bet hat on, I'm particularly looking forward to seeing is Throne Hall later on in the year. Ran a really good race in the Sky Bet Jorvik. Would the Ebor be a potential for that horse?
Well, it was, he looked at York, another couple of furlongs to do him no harm. so we will step him up now. I think there's a mile 6 handicap for him at Royal Ascot, and then with the Eber now in mind. But he's a horse that we really think an awful lot of, and hopefully he can take the next step.
He's by Kingman. Were you
Correct.
surprised that he would, that he's sort of thrived over the long trips?
Well, he's homebred, and Sheikh Obaid was very confident he'd get a mile and a half, which from a mile and a quarter to a mile and a half, and he was correct, and he knows the family well, a lot better than I do, and he was very confident, and he was proved right that he does. And I'd say now you wouldn't be surprised if he could go another 2 furlongs.